tuned into Motivational Monday with Dr. Casual Fitz. Get motivated, get inspired, and get encouraged. It's grind time, baby.
Hello world, how you guys doing? Welcome to Motivational Mondays. I am your host, Dr. Casual Fitz. And listen, guys, today's topic is 5 things every entrepreneur should know about risk-taking. Listen, risk-taking is so important in this business. Why? Because it gives you that much more love, right? So one of the things I want you guys to understand is that risk-taking is extremely scary. So it's like whether you're going all in, doing a friendly, like a friendly game, or if you're thinking about or if you're gambling, right, like a poker game, or thinking about quitting your long time career to pursue one of your promising business ideas. Most people tend to avoid risk, right, when possible, and it's crazy because inaction is often safer than action. But most successful people will tell you they got to where they are because they are willing to take risks no one else was willing to take. And that's the thing. That's what I love about entrepreneurship. So today I'm going to give you guys literally 5 things every entrepreneur should know, right? So the first thing is risk-taking is inherent in entrepreneurship. If you aren't prepared to take risk, you have no business being an entrepreneur. Flat out. Like there's no way, shape, form about it. But here's the thing. You want to make sure you're calculating those risks, right? You get to a point where you start to become knowledgeable in understanding what risk-taking is and how you take those risks appropriately so you can keep your business growing, right? The second tip is there are different types of risk. Now, I'm not just referring to big risk and small risk, okay? Though that those are they exist, right? They're what you call, like I said it before, calculatable risk, which involves a series of knowns that allow you to responsibly predict the odds of success. For example, allow me to give you an example, okay? You might be able to infer from historical data that there's a 30% chance a trade show attendance will dip to a point that makes your attendance unprofitable. There are ambiguous risk, which involves someone who knows and someone with the unknown, right? Which complicates your decision-making process. Most business risks fall into the category because so many factors like consumer behavior and economical shifts are difficult to qualify or predict. So what would you do in this situation? You have to kind of determine if it's calculated to the point where, do I actually pay to be a part of the trade show, or do I pay to be inside of the trade show, right? Those are the type of calculated risks you want to factor in. Tip 3, some of your risk won't pay off. This is where you just have to go in and be like, okay, listen, you have a P&L sheet. It's called profit and loss, right? You already know that 9 times out of 10, some of the risks that you're going to take, have to prepare yourself for a loss. Look at it from this particular perspective. You already know that when you go into the casino, you already know when you put that money in the machine, in your mind that you know it's like, I lost this money, right? And you just over there, you're praying, you're hoping, you hit that button, and then all of a sudden, boom, you hit. Or all of a sudden, boom, you lost, right? Calculated risk. So just understand that some of your risk won't pay off. Tip 4. We're inherently biased toward predicting disasters. So there are 2 inherent biases in the human mind that skew our perceptions of risk. The first is that we tend to exaggerate the possibility for failure. In raw estimates with limited numerical data, people tend to pessimistically predict failure more than real situations would warrant. The second is that we greatly exaggerate the consequences of those failures. We envision the worst case scenario when the reality is far more manageable. Keep this in mind when imagining the negative possibilities associated with your risk. Okay. Last but not least, tip 5, you guys, risk is a differentiator. Some risks offer the promise of higher value. Some risks offer smaller potential consequences than others. Some risks could make or break your business. But there's one key element all risks have in common. They're differentiators, right? It determines how you maneuver in your business. I want you guys to understand one thing and one thing only. No matter what you do in business, there's always going to be a time where you have to make an executive decision. And that executive decision may come between you paying an extensive amount of money to get an extensive amount of clients. And that's why you're supposed to surround yourself with individuals that, like a board or even an advisory board, that can help you make those decisions. Listen, I hope that these tips were helpful to you guys. If it was, do me a favor, subscribe on the YouTube channel, subscribe to the page. I hope you guys continue to keep sharing. I love you guys to life. You guys are amazing listeners. Now, listen, let me go ahead and put the plug in. I wanted to do it at the beginning, but I felt that we would do it much more at the end. But I'm proud to announce myself and my business constituents actually introducing to the community the First African American National Credit Union. This past weekend was amazing. We had an amazing turnout. We had an amazing message that we were able to deliver. And we are excited that we are literally weeks away from releasing the debit card that everybody can be a part of currently right now. So listen, you guys, I love you guys to life. And listen, I want nothing but the best for each and every last one of you. I wish you guys nothing but a success for the rest of this year. And that's something that you guys have to carry with you, right? You have to be positive every day, because speaking positive affirmations into your life is what keeps you successful. So allow me to leave you with the 3 C's of life: choices, chances, changes. You must make a choice to take a chance, or your life will never change. My name is Dr. Casual Pitts, and I'll see you guys on next week's Motivational Mondays.
You were tuned into Motivational Monday with Dr. Casual Pitts. Get motivated, get inspired, and get encouraged. It's grind time, baby.